Quick snap. Breeze. Pass is incomplete. No flag. Each other. Crowd's going crazy as there's no flag right on the Saints sideline.
Well, if Nickell Robey-Coleman plays the ball, it's an interception. It's probably going the other way with it. I mean, the ball's on the other side of Robey-Coleman, and
hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar. I'm Tommy Krysan with Mr. Jordy Hultberg, and it is Tigers Roar, but that's not been the topic since Sunday evening, Jordy. You got your hands covering up your face.
Why?
If you had the bag.
Why do you have to show it again?
Well,
why?
We figured why not 9 million times?
Oh my gosh, it's killing me.
But I thought Monday,
No,
Tuesday this would
never, ever,
die down. It
ever.
won't stop.
I hope there's a great new movie playing in Baton Rouge, because there is no way on God's green earth I'm watching that Super Bowl. No way.
Oh, there's a lot of people that are just,
No way.
I mean, Jordy, I don't know what we can say that hadn't already been said, but I mean, that's not supposed to happen in the multi-billion-dollar league known as the NFL.
Just get it right. You got all the technology. Again, what else can we say? If you're looking for an opinion from the NFL, you're not going to get it. God bless all of you who have bought billboards, have sued the NFL, have signed petitions. That's wonderful. That's what makes the Who Dat Nation, like the LSU Tiger Nation, separate and apart from any and all others, but it's just not going to do anything. They'll change the rule, but every time, it's like I've said this before. It's like you build a highway, and you think about the highway now. You don't think about it 20 years from now when the population grows and grows and there's more cars on the highway. You think about it now. Somebody has to be the sacrificial lamb. Only when that happens does a rule get changed. It never is thinking ahead. What if that would happen? I guess my question is, what would happen if Alabama is playing LSU in Tiger Stadium and that occurs and LSU gets beat by Alabama? What happens then? How does the SEC handle it? How does the NCAA handle it? How do Tiger fans handle it? Just imagine walking in those shoes.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised that officiating crew got off the field. Some Saints fan that had a couple of cold foam in the dome, and all of a sudden they are going to jump that wall or jump that barricade. It didn't happen. I guess you credit security for that, but
they did move them from their hotel.
Yeah, they had some issues.
Them to Harahan and Kenner. They moved them out of the downtown, uptown district.
Well, after the Saints beat the Vikings in the NFC Championship game with the field goal to one possession,
right,
they changed the rules for overtime.
Right.
I think there's going to be a change. It's not going to help the Saints for what happened on Sunday, but there's going to be something different going forward. Are you ready for this? I really got a good one for you.
All right.
One of these insider guys that, has sources inside the NFL office.
Oh, goodness. Conspiracy theory?
No, the reason no statement from Roger Goodell. You ready for this? You're going to fall out of that chair.
Doesn't want it to deter from the Super Bowl?
He doesn't want to cheapen the Rams' victory.
Yeah.
Like, really? It's already cheapened.
Well, no, because that's the second biggest media market in the United States of America, and nobody goes to their games. Nobody cares. It's a basketball town. It's a Laker town. Nobody cares. Conspiracy theorists are running amok. They are.
Jordy, I was never one to buy into the conspiracy theory.
I am. I'm into it now.
Because I figured too many people would have to know. Somebody's going to spill the beans. Some guy 5 years after the fact is going to need some money. He's going to call hey, I got a story for you. Y'all give me $100,000, and they're going to give him, and then it's going to come out. So I said it can't be a conspiracy. But after what I saw transpire, and everything I've read since, and then all the other nuances that have come out about the guys living in L.A., they're building this billion-dollar stadium. The NFL Network's going to be headquartered in that new facility. I'm not so sure I don't buy into it.
I know rules are rules, but there is that factor that says, oh my God, the other team knows it, you know it, the other player knows it, everybody in the stands knows it, everybody at the NFL office knows it. Stop the game and do the right thing. I don't care what the rule is. Rules are made to be broken. Records are made to be broken. Change it. Stop it right there and say, whoa, stop. This is what happened. Put the ball down, first and goal, and let's play on.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just.
It makes too much sense.
If the LA Rams were on the other side of the coin, they'd be saying the same thing we're saying now. But I will tell you this: I believe in my heart of hearts that if that were, if you take the Saints out of the picture and put the New England Patriots there, I guarantee you they make that call. I guarantee it.
Look again. I used to be anti.
But this is an LSU show. Can we get off of this and get to the more fun stuff?
Yeah, well, a lot of fun stuff.
All right,
of course, coming up in a little
I'm
while.
tired of the Saints. I'm tired of the Rams. I hate the NFL. Roger Goodell's making $40 million a year. You got to go. You got to go.
Well, coming up in a little bit here on Tigers Roar, we'll be joined over the phone with Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. He's going to give us a football recruiting update because signing day 2 weeks from today.
Wow.
It's coming, February 6th.
Let me tell you what that has done. Think about this. 2 signing periods. You know what that's done? That's helped LSU basketball. LSU basketball on the rise. There's no one signing date for football in February, so it's kind of anticlimactic now. So it's really working to basketball's advantage.
Well, and Will Wade's basketball team, we're going to hear from Coach Wade.
They've won their 8th in a row.
Well, they're about wrapping this thing up against the Georgia Bulldogs. And but they have been, I mean, Tennessee's the class of the league. I heard you say that on your radio show. Right. LSU's the only undefeated team coming into play right now. And again, they're a couple of minutes away with an 11-point lead. Should wrap it up, and we will pass that along to you here on this week's edition of Tigers Roar. But your thoughts about Will Wade and his basketball team? You were at the PMAC last Saturday.
They, I found out that when they were in Las Vegas, and this is really a testimony to Will Wade. He held a players-only, head coach-only meeting. No assistant coaches, no managers, no fans, no supporters, just that core group. And he said to them, what do we need to change? What do I need to do? They had lost a couple of games in a row. They didn't seem to, and from that meeting, Tremont Waters went to the bench for 2 games, got to see the whole picture. Then he came back in. They inserted Marlon Taylor into the starting lineup, and they haven't lost since. And Marlon Taylor, you are my next favorite LSU basketball player because that boy has got some, he's like a beer. He's got some hops, and he's got some wheat, and he tastes good, baby. He's good.
So you picked him out.
He is the guy they go to watch. Because you know it's coming, you just don't know when it's coming, but he's going to make it happen, and he's going to throw it down with authority. He's fun to watch. Good team.
Well,
really good team.
The crowds have been turning out. Everybody loves the winner.
Yes.
They're winning right now. Still a lot of ground to cover, but I know you've had Shelby Mast, Rudy Macklin, other people on your radio show, and they're not picking the tournament field today, but if they do, LSU's a 3-4
anywhere
seed.
from a 7 seed to a 5 seed right now. But they haven't played anybody yet. So they have a chance. They're going to win tonight. They have a chance to get, I think, to 8-0. And then there's a 3-game stretch at Mississippi State, home against Auburn, at Kentucky. You win 2 out of those 3, you're on the 3 or 4 seed line. And here we go.
Yeah, and it's created excitement with former players like yourself and others who are showing up at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center to check it out. We're going to hear from Coach Will Wade tonight and some comments he made about diving into the SEC play. Jody, you know it as well as anybody. It's different when that conference play starts. And the SEC, top to bottom, I mean, I know Bama got past Ole Miss last night. Right. And as South Carolina upset Auburn. Yeah, so I mean, that's just telling you that this conference is solid.
You're one poor shooting night away from getting beat.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
A little over a minute to go. Tigers up 9. I'm checking out one of the screens here. Y'all have got some highlights going on in the win over South Carolina. How was the crowd for the win over South Carolina?
Very good. That was a thorough, total team effort win. South Carolina had no shot. LSU led by as many as 33 in the game. You out-rebound a team in the SEC by 20? That's like a 40-point football win. It really is.
Also, there was an LSU player recognized for his efforts for the Tigers.
KBW.
Big Beat Williams, the SEC Player of the Week.
And what's funny, tonight against Georgia, a total non-factor. Total non-factor. But for 2 games, he was terrific. Double-double in both.
Well, and you and I talked about this last week on Tigers Roar. You know, it's a different guy, you know, and that's the sign of that good team when you can have a different guy have the good night or the big night as opposed to counting on one guy. Because the other team's going to see that one guy you're counting on, they're going to hunker down.
As long as Trey Waters, Skylar Mays play well, it's all good.
All right, we are at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard between Airline Highway and Sherwood Forest. Open Tuesday through Sunday from opening at 11 a.m. They got the express lunch, the lunch specials. They get you in and out of here very reasonably priced. Lots of events, lots of shows here on the sound stage. Check out the events page on the Scoreboards Facebook page, and you can check it all out right there. So you need to get the Scoreboards if you hadn't been there yet. They got the boiled shrimp and the boiled snow crabs. They've got all the sporting events on. And the bread pudding. We saw Coach Roman Banks earlier tonight. He can't come in here and leave without getting bread pudding.
Now let me tell you about that bread pudding now.
What you got?
You better eat it, and you better go to the gym the next day because it's really good. But be careful. Be careful. Eat it, enjoy it, and then go run it off.
And don't forget to connect with Scoreboards on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Connect with Pelican Broadcasting as well. Also on tonight's program, Dee Bro, LSU gymnastics coach. We'll get another some more stuff from her. They set a record for points.
They need to get rid of her. They've got 2 losses in a row. Get rid of her. The heck with those 40 years.
They broke a record for high.
Kidding.
Broke a record for high score and still lost.
Yeah.
But it was highly ranked Florida team. And of course, we do have some comments from New Orleans Saints, the story that's not going to go away.
Can I take a break?
Yeah, you can take a break.
Okay,
you go get some bread. How about you get some boiled shrimp or some bread pudding?
Bring the shrimp.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we will hear from Will Wade, Tiger basketball coach, is there. And we should have a final score by the time we get back.
Double-digit win.
With Jordy Hultberg, I'm Tommy Chrysan. Spread the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar.
Going golfing. Ooh. Off to golf.
You're picking that up.
Off to the range, honey.
Bye.
Oh, that was close. Glad you got the backup camera installed.
Yep.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Hultberg for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Life Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com.
Tigers Roar, Jordy, we have a final score from the PMAC.
Double digit.
You called it.
92-82, 5-0 in the league, 8 straight wins. Mizzou, here we come.
That'll be a road game Saturday.
Mizzou, here we come, baby.
All right, well, speaking of LSU basketball, Coach Will
Boy,
Wade.
how about this? Upset City. Vanderbilt beats number 1 ranked Tennessee, 76-70.
So that means LSU is the only unbeaten team
Only
in the league?
unbeaten team in the league.
All right,
The
well, we
Fighting
got
Bryce Drews.
Yes. This is really good timing. They're the only unbeaten team in the league. And let's hear from the coach of that team. Here's Tiger basketball coach Will Wade.
Challenges for us. You're going to pack their defense in, which we haven't seen. You know, we played against South Carolina, who extends their defense, and so be a little bit different playing against a little more packed in defense. They're very long. They're 6'9", 6'8", 6'8", or 6'8", 6'9", and 6'11" across their front line at the 3, 4, and 5. So they're 6'4" and 6'5" in the backcourt, so that'll pose some problems. We're going to have to do a good job on the backboards. They killed us on the backboards last year. We've got a lot of the same personnel back outside of Mayton, who's obviously a great player. So we're going to have to do a better job on the backboards than we did against them last year. So certainly pleased that Cavell got Conference Player of the Week. That was good. He's earned it. Did a great job and's been working really hard and posted back-to-back double-doubles. So that was good.
When you guys set this kind of stretch you guys are on right now, and just starting fast in league play, how critical has this stretch been? You know, you do have a few probably games you'll be favored coming up here next season.
Well, I mean, every game's different. I mean, this is college basketball. This is you got a different team every day. So I mean, you got guys who you get different groups every day. So it's not as simple as just, we got to win today. We got to have good practices today. We've got to have good workouts today, and we got to win tomorrow, and then hopefully that'll put us in position to win on Wednesday. So you can't. It's not something that you look too far ahead about, or you can't worry about what's gonna happen. We're worried about getting better today and doing what we can to put ourselves in a position to play well against Georgia on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I mean, that's what matters. There's so many other factors that go into everything. You can't look very far ahead in this deal.
Cavell really struggled against Arkansas. How nice was it to see him bounce back?
Really nice. I mean, did a great job. He kind of got a little bit out of himself against Arkansas. He kind of got a little too caught up in the one-on-one matchup. He didn't really play to his strengths. He tried to kind of be somebody he's not. And when he plays to his strengths, like he's done in 3 of the 4 SEC games, he's one of the best big guys in the SEC with his energy and how hard he plays and how hard he runs. And just really, it's just as simple as, hey, be yourself. You don't have to be anybody else. You just got to be the best version of yourself, and that'll be plenty good enough.
You're beating a team like South Carolina that's been on a roll, now you face a team at home that's in the middle of the pack and kind of struggling at times. You have to spend extra time with these guys to get them in the right match.
Well, Billy, I mean, did you watch the 2 Georgia games last year? Huh? We don't have anybody in that locker room that's beaten Georgia. All right? We didn't beat them 2 years ago. We got blasted at their place last year. We lost here. We're 0-3 against Georgia. So, I mean, if you can't get excited to beat Georgia, we don't have anybody that's beaten Georgia. So that should be motivation enough that we need to play better, because they got a lot of guys in that locker room that have beaten the hell out of LSU a few times. So we need to make sure that we're ready to play and do something that we haven't done, which is beat them. We haven't beaten them in 3 years. So it'd be nice if we could focus on that.
You've talked about the connectedness of this team. What does that mean, and what does this team do to kind of display that?
I just think, I mean, you look at our bench, you look how into it everybody on our bench is. We've got just a good way about us. You know, it's everybody. I told this the other day. I mean, our scout team does a phenomenal job. You got Cortez Cooper, who's going to be a good player for us now. Kid with a red shirt and 6'9" kid. He's going to be. We hit on him out of junior college. He's put on some weight. He's going to be a really good player for us. But you got Coop, and you got Andre Hyatt, who can't play in game. Well, they could, I guess, but we're redshirting both of them. They give us a great look in practice. I mean, Hyatt's an absolute. I mean, you've been in there. I mean, he's a sniper. So anybody who's got a shooter, you know, he does a great job. Marshall Graves is tremendous on the scout team. Will Reese is as smart a player as we have, and he does a great job on the scout team. I mean, so those guys, you know, those guys it's not just the guys who play. Those guys understand what it takes to help our team prepare. And those scout team guys have done a phenomenal job. I said that in front of the team the other day. I thought they got us ready to go against Arkansas. They had us as prepared as we could for that Arkansas game, and including Coop looking like Gafford in practice. We couldn't stop Cooper in practice, just like we couldn't stop Gafford in the game. But those guys did do a great job preparing. Our other guys, you know, and those guys play their role. You know, Marshall and Will are great on the bench, and obviously Coop and Hyatt and Dre. No, they're not going to get in, but they're into the game. Marshall's smart as heck now, basketball-wise. He knows what's going on. He has great suggestions. He's able to talk to the guys. Like have another coach over there. And then you've got the guys who are playing, and you know, everybody's with the 8-man rotation. Everybody's getting plenty of minutes. They enjoy being around each other. We share the ball extremely well. We pass. You know, sometimes we almost overpass. Trying to get a little too cute, a little too fancy sometimes. But I just think we've got a good rhythm to us, a good chemistry about us right now. And, you know, it's because the guys enjoy being around each other. They enjoy each other. And, you know, we got a bunch of different personalities, but that's what makes it that's what makes it fun. And so we're having a fun time. It's fun. They're fun to coach. We've had the last month or so has been a lot of fun, and we're continuing to get better, and we're going to keep it moving. A little bit of both. I mean, you got to put them in positions where they'll get outside their comfort zone and maybe, you know, hang out with people who they wouldn't necessarily hang out with before. But, you know, we try to do that as much by who we room everybody with on the road, who we're pretty, you know, we try to be very direct with what we're doing to make sure that we're connecting people that need to connect and make sure that we've got the right guys. You know, the right guys with the right guys, if that makes sense. And then, you know, we don't want anybody left behind, and so we want everybody to, you know, connect with somebody and connect with a group of people on our team. And I feel like we have that right now. Right now, we don't have any. I mean, we've got one group, which is what you want. You know, I mean, Cody, you played. You know, most teams you got a group of guys that hang out here. You got 2 or 3 groups. I mean, we got one pretty solid group right now, which is good.
You talked after the game Saturday about winning and looking for the rebound, free throw shooting in the line. Mentally right now for you yourself, are you excited and you say, man, we rebound and shoot the ball well and do all of these things in one game or a couple games? Are you excited about what this team can do?
Well, I'll be excited when we do all that in one game, but until then, I'm trying to figure out how to get us to do that all in one game. You know, but I do think, you know, we got a versatile team. We can do things. We can win games different ways, which is different than how we were. But we've still got a lot of work to do. There's no shortcuts. You know, and we've got to just really lock down on the details and lock down on what we do. But we got to get better. Well, we didn't handle it very well the first time we were ranked. That's why we were out of that thing pretty quick. So, I mean, hopefully we'll handle it better. But when you get ranked, I mean, you know, it's what I said earlier. There's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. Your human nature is to relax. Human nature is to to give in a little bit, and you got to fight human nature, and you got to double down on what you do. You got to be tougher with what you do. You got to be better with your details. You got to be better with how hard you compete. You got to be better with how connected you are as a group. All that stuff's got to be better, and hopefully we've learned from the first go around with this, because we handled it very, very poorly the first go around. Yeah, this is as athletic a group as I've coached, and so that's what you want. I mean, we realized real quickly about halfway through the year last year, you better have athletes in this league, and you got to go out and get them. And so, you know, this is a athletic league. Everybody's got good players. Everybody's got good athletes, and we felt like we had some ground to make up there. My staff did a great job identifying some guys and going out and getting some guys that could make a difference for us. And I do feel like we're long, we're athletic, and you know, we get that into the game, which is more important. You can be long and athletic and not get it into the game, but our guys do a good job of getting that into the game.
Welcome back to Tigers Roar.
Can I clarify something?
Yes, sir.
I was erroneous. It is not a final. Vanderbilt has not beaten Tennessee. It's 76-76 as we speak, heading to overtime.
And the game is in Nashville.
In
with
Nashville.
The benches on the sideline. What is that?
First time ever. First time ever. So good luck, Vandy. Go get them.
There you go. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be a little LSU gymnastics with Coach D.D. Breaux. That's up next as we're at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard between Airline and Sherwood Forest. Open Tuesday through Sunday at 11 a.m. And there's some of those boiled shrimp, the sausage, the potatoes. And you can get a little of that on Wednesday through Sunday here at Scoreboards. The boiled snow crabs, the bread pudding, the soup, the mini burgers. We're about to have some mini burgers. Bring those mini burgers up.
Bring those mini burgers up. Let's see those mini burgers. You're going to be on camera. Let's just put it. Let's move that.
There we go.
Let's put that here. Look at that.
We thank Caleb for that.
Gracious.
Look at that.
The French fries.
The mini burgers. The shrimps. Look at that. Good shot of both there.
Okay, have a great show. I'll see you later. I'll see you later.
All right, there you go. All right, we are going to take a break, come back. A little LSU gymnastics for you here from Scoreboards, where all these burgers and shrimp take place.
Good grub.
Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Chrysan. Stay with us.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, HardiePlank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, You just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi folks, Clarence Buggs here. Coach Roger Cador would take the time to tell you how to catch our brand new show, The Roger Cador Show, but as you can see, he's kind of busy right now out at Scoreboards, Baton Rouge's newest sports grill with food that is absolutely amazing. Catch the show 8 o'clock Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, and on Pelican Television's YouTube channel as well. You want to come out and have a great time. It's awesome, isn't it, Coach? Mm-hmm. Told you.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
We continue with Tigers Roar from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. You got to check it out if you hadn't yet. Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Jordy, those Volunteers and Commodores in overtime now.
It is tied at 79 as we speak, live and in living color here from Scoreboard. So Bryce Drew in the door is hanging tough, and everybody in the SEC is hoping that Tennessee, the first time they've been #1 in the country since, wow, a long, long time. But Rick Barnes, a heck of a coach. They got a veteran ball club. Anytime you go on the road in the SEC, buyer beware.
Well, and LSU 25th in the most recent AP poll, and Coach Wade made the comment.
Moving up.
They have to handle it better than they were ranked 4 or 5 weeks ago, and he didn't think they handled it well.
That win over Alabama, trust me, when the season comes to an end, that's going to be a pivotal win for them because they're good. They're good, I promise.
Well, they're very athletic.
Yes.
What I'm sensing, and you see it more than I, they're starting to mesh as a team.
No question. They've got their rotation down. They're all starting to understand their roles on the court. And like you said, one night it's Cavell Bigby Williams that comes up big. The next night it's Darius Days that comes up big. The one steady component is the backcourt. The backcourt plays well. LSU's in good shape.
Before we get to Coach D.D. Bro in gymnastics, they did release the information about spring football practice, and they will have the spring football game. Will be on a Saturday, April 6th at 1 o'clock. Baseball's at home that night against Texas A&M. They start Thursday, March 7th. They got pro day. They got coaches clinic in there. That's what's up with LSU football.
15 total days, and that 15 does include the spring game. And for the first time, I think the point of emphasis for LSU fans this year, no, it's not the quarterback. It really isn't. I think now the point of emphasis is, can LSU get that offensive line right? If they can get that offensive line right, they got the #1 ranked running back in the country in John Emery. 247 Sports came out with their 5 stars. He's the number 11th player in the country, the top running back in the country. Stingley, the defensive back, number 2 ranked player in the country, the highest ranked cornerback in the 247 Sports since they've been doing this in their history. So they've got some players there. They've got some skill. If they can just get that offensive line right, that gives the quarterback more time. You know the receivers are going to be better because they've got another year under their belt. We got a stud running back. It's going to be okay.
All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. We're going to shift gears, though. We're going to connect with Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com on the heels of this football talk of spring practice and whatnot. We'll get to D.D. Bro in gymnastics a little bit later. So we'll take a break from scoreboards on Corsley Boulevard and come back. Don't go anywhere. LSU football recruiting update with Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com is right around the corner. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Krysan, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans. Spread the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Oh, great party.
Oh, thanks for coming, guys.
Better get that car wound up.
I'm on it. I don't miss those days.
Yeah, we just had a remote start installed.
Oh, us too. Nice.
It's gonna be nice and toasty.
Why don't we have one of those?
We're fine.
Okay, I can't feel my fingers.
I bet everyone else can.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
We continue with Tigers Rule. We told you about the announcement of the spring football practice dates and the spring game. But 2 weeks from tonight, it will be signing day, if you will, Wednesday, February 6th. and we've got Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com to give us the very latest. Mike, good evening. How are you?
Hey, doing good. Glad to be with you.
Well, all right. So we're in the final stages. I would imagine with 2 weekends to go before the signing date, does LSU take the approach of let's wait till the last weekend, the final last impression, or do they try to get some other kids in this weekend?
Yeah, I obviously everything's getting stacked up for the last weekend, and want to be to have the last shot at kids before the dead period begins. No one's scheduled for this weekend, but I don't think that's locked in stone. There could be a possibility that they bring somebody in this weekend, but we'll wait and see.
What is Ismail Shropshire doing? Because I heard he's going to take his final visits and then not visit the last weekend and welcome coaches in for their final pitch. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I wonder if he can be convinced to change his mind on that, and because it sure seems like in the last several weeks he's really, I don't know what advice he's been given or how he's wanting to play it, or if the main thing is he's really just worn out by the process and doesn't want to fight airports and do anything else the rest of the way.
Okay.
All right, and of course, Tiger fans, they can sign 6. We all know that. They've got 6 slots. Do they go all 6? Is that going to be a last-minute decision? Might there be their eye on a JUCO guy or a graduate transfer?
Could there be one spot? Could there be 2 spots that they hold back? It depends on how these things fall towards the end. I mean, they had Nathan Pickering in this past weekend from Mississippi. I don't think that's going to happen. You got Charles Moore and Byron Young scheduled on that last weekend. I think those are long shots, but if you have that and you also end up signing Maurice Hampton and Ray Parker along with the class, then you had the 2 Shropshire boys, Devonta Lee. Then you have Jay Ward out there. You got Christian Williams, the other cornerback from Daphne. You got a tight end from Georgia that they're wanting to bring in. There's another defensive back on the board committed to Florida State that is tentatively scheduled for the last weekend. So, but which of these guys are realistic and are flippable? You got the Gant kid that's committed to Florida State, but I mean he's from Lakeland, Florida. He's been committed for quite some time. You got another defensive end, a JUCO outside linebacker from Salt Lake City that Nebraska is pursuing Oklahoma State and going to come in for that last weekend as of now. So, but which of these, is he definitely a take at this point? So it's going to be interesting in the next 2 weeks. That's for sure.
Let's look into the Mike Scarborough crystal ball, okay? Let's look into it. As far as your degree of comfort, who are you most confident in of those 6 spots remaining? Let's go level by level. Who are you the most confident in that's going to sign with LSU?
Well, Jay Ward, who obviously visited LSU in December, the defensive back. I talked to my Texas A&M source yesterday, and what he's getting from them after he visited their list past weekend is that it's an LSU-Florida State battle. I tend to think LSU might be the team to beat there, but Ward is such a when you do an interview with him, or if you direct message him, you get a lot of one-word replies and not much else. So he's very hard to read. I've been thinking Ismail and Rodney Shropshire are that LSU has looked better for them as the weeks have gone on. But, it's not like I've got anything definitive or anybody does that says, yeah, that's happening. I tend to think it's LSU. It seems to have been trending that way, but who are you more? Is that 55%? Is that 60%? I don't think anybody would be going any higher than that. Or is it truly a coin flip? I think Devonta Lee is LSU. I've been thinking that for months. And
okay.
But then who are some of these other guys that could round out the class?
Mike, hold on. Out of all this, before we get long-winded, you're the most confident that Devonta Lee's coming to LSU?
He's the one that I've been most confident on.
Okay. Who's the second most?
I think Sopsher.
All right. So you get a dual-purpose safety wide receiver. You get a defensive lineman. Who's next? If you had to put your house on the line, who do you like?
I'm probably going to go Ward.
All right.
But then you've also got Christian Williams there. But I'm getting conflicting reports out of Alabama as to whether they do have room or they don't. Does he have a spot in that class of Alabama's?
If he doesn't, does LSU want him?
Well, and that's the next question. Would they take both him and Ward, or is it first come, first serve?
Those are two defensive backs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see them taking two.
Ed Orgeron said defensive line, defensive line, defensive line. Is there one other besides Sopsher that you feel confident they can get?
No.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
But you've got that 6'3" Salt Lake City JUCO kid, Fanua, that from Mesa Community College. He's 6'4", 265. So that's a defensive lineman.
But is he
only
any
have
good?
to battle Nebraska for him.
Is he any good?
We'll see. I don't think he.
That's all I needed to hear. So he's not. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
but look, Jordy, I'm saying that, and they brought Pickering in. I think that's fantastic to get him in. Byron Young been committed to Alabama since the summer. I think it's fantastic that they're going to get a shot at him.
Okay.
So you never know what's going to happen. Those kids come in here.
Absolutely, that's right.
So you got to give the staff credit. But if they were to finish with Sopsher and then pull either a Moore or a Young, late, I mean that would be absolutely a fantastic finish.
Okay.
And if you don't, I still think it's a great class.
That's all I needed to hear.
All right, that's Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. Mike, tell everybody all about TigerBait.com, everything you're going to have in the coming weeks on recruiting, baseball media day later this week, basketball's now won 8 in a row. Tell us all about TigerBait.com and how folks can subscribe today.
That's it, TigerBait.com. Got a load of basketball coverage. We'll be at basketball. 2020 recruiting is about to kick in extra high gear on top of all these 2019 kids we're talking about. So we've got it all for you. TigerBait.com. $1 will get you 30 days. And we would love to have you if you're an LSU fan. I think you'll really enjoy the new TigerBait.com.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, guys. Talk soon.
Okay.
We will take a break. When we come back, D.D. Bro, with the gymnastics, we'll get that update. And
Tennessee's going to win. They're up 86-83, 5.4 seconds to go, and they're heading to the charity line.
There we go. We'll come back, update you on that. Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard in Baton Rouge. You need to check it out if you haven't done so already. We'll be back with more. You're watching Pelican Sports TV.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello, hola, 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
From school boards on Coursey Boulevard, and Tennessee did manage to win.
In overtime, they got it won. They won it by 4. They're still undefeated, still #1 in the country. And look, it happens. You know, you got that mark on your back. Everybody wants you on the road. It's tough. Credit to Tennessee and Rick Barnes for getting it done.
Well, I go back to one of my favorite quotes from legendary coach John Wooden. It's easier to get to #1 than it is to stay there.
That's correct.
There's a lot to that,
Look,
right?
LSU's next opponent is Missouri. They'll play them in Columbia, Missouri this Saturday. And right now, with 6 minutes to go in the first half, on the road, Missouri leads Arkansas 23-14. So, hey, winnable game, but you got to bring your A game on the road.
All right. D.D. Brody, LSU gymnastics team, they've had a couple of injuries, but they're still getting a tremendous crowds. They're still one of the best team programs in the nation.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Tiger gymnastic coach D.D. Bro.
I mean, that's his job. That's what he's there to do. And, you know, it was sad. It was just at that moment in time, because it sucked all the momentum out, and it was a difference maker. I mean, that lack of attention to the detail of what was going on the field, I think, cost the Saints the Super Bowl berth.
You, as well as anybody in your sport,
Sure.
subjective, know.
You know, that's subjective. Everybody says, you know, gymnastics is so subjective. It's no more subjective than what we saw on the football field, or what we see when there's inconsistencies in calling balls and strikes, or there's you know, whether the tennis ball hit the line or not hit the line. It's a call. That's everything. It's subjective. I think the only thing's not subjective is the stopwatch on a sprinter.
Mm-hmm. How do you, as a competitor, a coach, and you can put yourself in their shoes.
Well, sure.
You've tried so hard and prepared for months, and you get to this point, and
well,
subjective
you know,
call affects
Friday
you.
night.
How do you overcome
Friday night, you go back and look, and some line out of bounds deductions weren't taken, and perhaps. And I can look at it and say, that's on me, because I didn't have line judges. I don't like clutter on the floor. And the judges usually call that themselves. And, you know, then the same thing happened to the Saints the next day, but in much greater magnitude. Because it was 2 penalties. I mean, that guy should have been kicked out of the game, in my opinion.
I hate to throw the word out, slump. That's such a baseball term. But, I mean, the last 2 weeks, I mean, they're obviously growing pains, learning experiences. How do you kind of sum up
Well, we knew going into the season that it was going to be a different pace, a different tempo, because our preparation has had to be so different. And we find ourselves in a much better place by the time that we do our inter squads, the day before the meet. This week was certainly better than our first home opener. This meet was certainly better than what we saw when we were at Auburn, and I think that's maturity. That's getting a lot of new people in the lineup and letting them begin to settle down. And we're also beginning to have much more consistency in our training cycle as well as in our inner squads, which have been fabulous. So, I don't like the term slump. I think our preparation has been different this year, and so the outcome has been different. And the term greater later, I think, is where we're pushing to be. And each week, the difference in losing, and we saw it, is this much. And we just have to be patient and know that this team's given it everything they've got. That was obvious on Friday. The fans were amazing. The crowd stayed in the meet until the alma mater. And you just can't ask a team and a crowd to do any more than that.
What's been different about the preparation? You said it's been a little different.
Well, we've had to go slow. We've had to not do the numbers that we've been able to do in the past because of kids like McKenna coming back from Achilles tendon. Olivia Gunner, freshman last year, sophomore this year, same thing, coming back from Achilles tendon. We've had elbow surgeries, knee scopes, and just a variety of things that had to be taken care of in our off season. And consequently, when we started our preseason, we were still in the recovery stage with 4 or 5 kids. So, that's beginning to iron itself out, and we're beginning to see a whole lot of Juliana Canamella in practice, and I think that's going to push us and make us a better team as we move forward.
There's a silver lining. Having McKenna, you didn't know how she was going to be after Auburn.
Right.
She competed in 2 events. Are you hoping she can maybe do 3
well,
very soon? And then you had Lexi do 3. Is she going to?
Yeah, that was Lexi was totally on me. She proved in practice that she could do it, but she had not been on a hard surface. And I just feel like the more opportunities we can give her in a home environment where she's comfortable with the crowd and comfortable with the apparatus. I know what our floor is. I know how good our floor is. But you go someplace else, and like at Auburn, the floor was extremely hard. I would never have put her out there to compete in that venue. But at the same time, I think we can let her go at home 3 or 4 times before we get to the regional championships, SECs, then regionals, and we're going to have a much better performance.
So this week, you think maybe McKenna can do 3 and she does 2?
McKenna could definitely, we're definitely looking at doing 3. Right now she's the alternate on beam, and that's going to depend on, we had great beam performances this week, and I wouldn't anticipate taking someone out, but if McKenna has a stellar performance and someone doesn't, then, because we kind of like to protect the top 3 spots, and if somebody comes in and challenges one of the other 3 spots, then there's a good chance that she would have the opportunity to compete in 3 events.
She really doesn't do is bars, right?
She doesn't do bars.
So you talk about, how it was a monster effort on Friday. Are you guys going to just keep that vibe kind of going into Alabama? Yeah,
we're going to try to keep the same preparation. You can pretty much, know that we practiced on Sunday. We're going to practice today, and we'll be off tomorrow. The kids will do yoga and get massages and have a really relaxed day, and then gear it back up with an inner squad, and we travel on Thursday. So, we try to keep everything the same and everything consistent, and the level of intensity in practice has really been good, and the enthusiasm in practice has been good, and we need to keep that up.
You've had obviously some really good scores. Sarah's been tremendous. It seems like you look at a lot of your meets and you've got the last place score in a rotation or something like that. What do you have to do to elevate the bottom?
See, we kind of got, and that's something that we're working on, because we got spoiled because we had Maya Hambrick who went at the top of the lineup, and anchored. I think she maybe only anchored. She never did, but she was winning the all around. But we had so many other kids that were at the end of the lineup, and we had her early in the lineup, and now we're developing sophomores that had no experience. But look at Reagan Campbell, what she's done over the last 2 weeks. She has done a great job for us, so we're really excited about that. And Sammy Durrani on 2 events, and every time she goes out there, she gets a little bit more confident. Now, Ruby Harrell did the same thing we saw her do in our inter squad. She gave us in the PMAC on Friday night. Those performances are critical.
Obviously, every year's adjustments. Does it feel like maybe this year's, with the younger group, though, it takes a little bit longer to build the trust with everybody?
It's taking a little bit longer to be able to, for them to know what it feels like to have momentum and how important one performance is, because it builds the next one. And I think this team is beginning to feel that. They felt the momentum. When we were at Auburn, they saw momentum. They didn't experience it, they saw it. And the kids that have been on this team the last 3, and some of them now 4 years, they know what that momentum is. They know when they get it, it's a powerful thing, and you got to hang on to it and just, plow through it to the end of the meet. So I think we're growing in that regard, and it's been a process, and we've just got to stay in the process, remove the clutter, and plow forward.
You talked about, losing Maya and also losing Erin at the beginning of that Beam lineup.
Yeah.
What are you seeing from Christina and Bridget's number 2?
Friday night I saw Christina Desiderio that's the kind of performance we need to lead off the lineup. And then Bridget going number 2, that's lack of experience, and she gets in there and we get little bitty kinks in her air. She stops breathing and you can see her catch herself. But as she has the opportunity to compete more, she's going to get better.
She didn't compete except for like an exhibition or something.
Yeah,
last year.
that's it. That's all she did last year. And I think she's proving herself to be a good performer. She competed at the elite level. She was out for a while and had some injuries, had some things that we had to pay attention to before we could put her out there and let her really feel independent in her performance.
We continue with Tigers Roar here at Scoreboards, the boiled shrimp. You still got a few left on your plate.
Because you told me to save you some.
Did I? Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to be courteous and polite.
A gentleman.
You're a big dude. I don't want you mad at me.
I got a gentleman here with us.
That's right.
We're going to take a break here from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. We come back. We're going to hear what Drew Brees had to say. Always a class act and all
But
of that.
I want to hear what he really thinks, because he is the face of that franchise. So he's always going to say the right thing. I want to see when he goes home what he really says.
Well, we'll take a break and come back and see what he said to the media.
They robbed us.
Right after this pause. Spread the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar. Drew Brees up next. Stay with us.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, HardiePlank siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
The Accord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Accord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Accord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website visionsource-br.com. The Accord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
We continue. They're trying to take your shrimp.
They want to bring me more. Bring it on. Bring it on.
You won't complain about that, will
not
you?
at all. Not at all.
All right, one more visit back into the Drew Brees, the Saints, and
I'm leaving.
We've
Y'all
read
have fun.
it. We've seen it. Here's Saints quarterback Drew Brees.
Yeah, I mean that's tough to swallow, right? You know, I mean, I think plenty of times throughout the season, you know, there's calls that go against you or go for you, or they miss or they didn't. But obviously, in a situation like that, where it seemed like everybody in the world saw it, it's tough. It's tough. No, it didn't. It didn't. After that, listen, you're going to play ball, you know, just like you would throughout the season when something like that might happen, or a call goes your way or it doesn't. You're on to the next play, right? You can't let it bother you. So it had no bearing on overtime, at least not for me. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Thought we had a chance to go down and get points, get a touchdown, win the game. Yeah. Listen, we love the Who Dat Nation. We love the city of New Orleans. We love being able to play for them. Because that's what we do. You know, we play for them. They provide such an unbelievable atmosphere here within the Dome, and this Dome symbolizes a lot more than just football, and there's a great connection there. So we love our fans. Man, they were awesome today. They've been awesome ever since I've been here. Best fans in professional sports. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, it has to drive you. It has to drive you. You know, if you dive into this game some more, listen, there was plenty of, I felt like, opportunities for us offensively that we didn't take advantage of. I mean, listen, it was a hard-fought game on both sides. You know, credit to them. They're a great team. They're great staff. And so we knew this was going to be a battle. We knew it was going to come down to the wire. You know, felt like there were some more plays that we could have made. So regardless of a call or no call or what, I felt like there were other opportunities for us that I wish we could have taken advantage of. Well, I mean, listen, they're a great pass rush team, you know, so they're gonna get after you at times, and you just want to be able to avoid negative plays, right? Get the ball out, get completions, positive plays, move the ball, move the chains. Unfortunately, you know, getting your arm hit and ball flying up in the air, that's a tough way to give the ball back to them there in overtime. Yeah. You feel like it's like that was something out of your control, right? And yet, again, I like to focus on the things I can control. And so there was plenty of things as, you know, I rehearsed the game in my mind that, man, could have kept the drive alive here, could have got points here, you know, whatever it might be. There's always those moments after a game, win or lose, where you felt like there were some opportunities, but, you know, in a game like this, every one of those would have counted. Yeah. You know, it's not like we were inside the 5, and, you know, it was obviously putting together good drives, you know, getting points, which was good. I think after getting the turnover, I think we were just 3 plays and kicked the field goal. Obviously, we would have liked to get something going there and gotten closer and potentially gotten a touchdown. But, you know, credit to their defense. That's a good question. There's nothing we can do about it. So it's unfortunate. Well, again, I got to focus on my job and focus on the things that I can control. And so when something like that happens, it's on to the next play. You know, defense is going out there trying to stop them, and obviously now the game's in overtime, and it's, all right, we get the ball, let's go down and do something with it. No, I mean, listen, it was back and forth. It wasn't, I never felt like it was, you know, obviously we jump out 13-0, and so we've got the momentum at that point, and then it was hard fought after that. Hard fought, back and forth. Yeah, they played well. They played well. No, it was a pass play all the way. Which drive are you talking about? Last one in regulation. Well, obviously there was the big play to Ted. Yeah, prior to that, there wasn't anything to Tommy Lee, no. Oh, listen, so many things. Just the way we were able to come together, you know, bringing in some new guys, both in the draft and through free agency, that played pretty pivotal roles for our team, not just their productivity, but their leadership. You know, just the togetherness. You know, guys, we know how to work, and we also know how to have fun. Man, we had a ton of fun this year, and obviously it stings right now, and it will probably for a while. But as we look back on, you know, the 2018 New Orleans Saints, this was a special team. This was a special year, and ton of great memories. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I feel pretty positive. Yeah, that's one of the more sad parts about today as well for me. Knowing what an incredible teammate he's been, and leader and mentor, and just friend. Really unfortunate. You know, I don't know what all you guys know, but you know, he was sick earlier in the week and looked like appendicitis and just all these things, and you know, you're trying to put together a game plan, and you know, you have to go a certain direction before you know if he's up or down, and it just played out that way. And so, you know, obviously, you know, we were all locked in on practice and putting together the best plan we can and getting ready to come out and play. And obviously, it would have been great, you know, to have him out there with us. I mean, there were some differences. You know, there were times where he was getting doubled, other times not. You know, they're playing more zone now than they did back when we played them the first time. But I think it was just, you know, call it the playoffs and just everybody just kind of elevating their game a little bit. You know, it just everything plays a little bit tighter in the playoffs. Because I feel like I will.
There are lots of players that's been pretty outspoken about their displeasure with the officiating and the replay system. Do you feel like the players' voices are heard when you talk to the league or communicate with the league about how the game is called?
I'm not sure. Well, listen, it's never going to be a perfect game, right? It's never going to be perfectly officiated, for example. You know, there's a lot happening out there, and it happens very, very fast. And, you know, you could talk about a solution potentially being replaying certain types of penalties, you know, ones that you'd say are pretty black and white in regards to whether it was or wasn't, right? You know, but I don't know how far that will go. Obviously, if they were replaying pass interference or, you know, whether somebody was hit early before the ball got there, then I'm sure that would have been reviewed today and it would have been found that that was PI, but unfortunately it's not. Well, being that it happened right there in front of, you know, the person who would be the one making that call and everyone in the stands and everyone watching at home on TV, and yeah, that makes it even more difficult. And yet, like I said, in the moment, you know, obviously you yell and scream and how'd you not see that, but then after the fact, it's like, all right, nothing we can do about it. It's on to the next play. Yeah, yeah. No, that's true. Listen, it's tough. Each one of these is unique. Each one of these is special, and I'm not getting any younger. Even though some days I feel like it.
I don't know if you have a process now or if it's but with these are always so regimented.
Yeah.
A process for timetable, talk life, kids, family, kind of.
Yeah. My mind's not even there right now. So this is all still pretty fresh, but just going to, you know, take a few days to kind of let it all settle in and talk with my teammates and my coaches. But I mean, I plan on being here next year and making another run at it.
Is there any way you can give the fans who are trying to process this players have their own kind of ways that fans participate in?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think you have to, with anything that happens, whether you're, you know, the one playing or whether you're the one who's so invested, which I know our fans are, you know, in our team and in the season. You can go one of two directions, you know. Either you can go in the tank or you can find a way for this to come together for good in some way, and that's always the mindset that I've tried to take. I think certainly that was the mindset we took last year after the loss at Minnesota, and I think you see the result of what happens when you take that approach. We turn that into good. We turn that into something positive. And it really brought us together as a team and strengthened us. And I hope that this will too. I hope that this will too. Well, the minute we go to overtime, I'm like, all right, here we go again. Absolutely. Yeah, without question. Yes, yep. Who knows? potentially. I think that seems to be the direction that things are going. You see what they do in the NBA now, different than what they've done in the past in college basketball, and then obviously college football as well. So that will consistently evolve, I think, or constantly evolve as they try to make this game better and as they try to make sure that it is as fair, right, as possible. Well, being that it would have worked in our favor, I think it's easy to sit here and criticize, or say that it should exist. I'm sure that because of this, as a result of this, there will be a lot of talk about potentially reviewing penalties or game-changing type penalties. It's just like all the reviews that go up into the booth within inside of 2 minutes. Maybe that's something that will happen in regards to certain penalties as well that are game-changing type penalties, which obviously that one was today. I was not. I was focused on the game. I know Sean was talking to him, so I'm sure he could give you better insight. Yep. Arm got hit. Ball went up in the air. They got it, unfortunately.
We continue with Tigers Roar from scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard, open Tuesday through Sunday at 11 a.m. The TVs, the sound stage, the lunch specials, the boiled snow crabs, the boiled shrimp, the bread pudding. It keeps on going. Once again, earlier tonight, LSU with the double-digit win over the Georgia Bulldogs.
Will Wade post-game press conference. Our transition defense was awful. Our post defense was worse. It was as poor as it could be. I'm embarrassed.
And they won 92-82.
They won. Planting that seed for the future. I got a great stat. I was erroneous earlier. Tennessee gets the win.
Right.
And they've got the player of the year right now on their club. And I'm looking for his stats tonight. He took 15 shots. He made 10 of them, ended up with 43 points. Wow. He was 23 of 23 from the free throw line. Grant Williams would not let Tennessee win. Oh, Tennessee is coming to Baton Rouge to play LSU later on this season. Could be one of those nights.
So Will Wade was not happy, but it was a very nice win for the Tigers.
No.
8th win in a row, undefeated in league play. Road trip to Missouri, who's battling it out with Arkansas.
34-32, second half just underway. Missouri with the lead at Fayetteville. Arkansas going to win the game. I can promise you that.
Okay, you got that. Jordy Hultberg says that they will win it. Don't forget, 2 weeks from today, signing day. What does Ed Orgeron do? What do the LSU Tigers do? They announced that spring practice will start Thursday, March 7th. Spring game will be Saturday, April 6th, 1 o'clock in Tiger Stadium.
Is there going to be a draw for that? Seriously. Because last year was like, well, who's the quarterback? What is this quarterback going to look like? And this year we know who that is. No offense, but is there going to be a draw, an attraction for that?
Well, you're going to have the hardcore fans that got to get that football fix. But no, I don't think they're going to set any records or anything. And it's nothing but a glorified practice. Yeah. I mean, it's you kind of got to do it for the fans. And I'm assuming, like last year, there'll be some kind of fan fest activities going on.
Something for the kiddos. Absolutely.
By the way, baseball's having their first ever fan fest this coming Sunday out at Alec Box Stadium. Go to the LSU website for more information. I am heading out to LSU Friday for Coach Palmineri's Media Day.
That's the only media day you go to. You're like baseball only.
Pretty much now. I used to go to them all. I used to see you at all of them. I used to be there all the time.
You're baseball
now I go
only.
to baseball. Yeah, I am.
I would tell you what, be careful what you ask for, Paul.
What?
You wanted it, you got it. That circle's on his back. Number one, number two, that's it. No lower on every preseason poll.
Well, and they kind of flip-flopping that 1-2 with Vanderbilt. And as the schedule goes this year, 3 teams from the East always rotate around. Vanderbilt not on the regular season schedule for Palmineri and the Tigers. Doesn't mean they wouldn't play in Hoover in the tournament, but Vanderbilt, one of the 3 East teams that LSU does not meet in the regular season.
I think baseball is going to be fine. I'm really, really, really pleased with this LSU basketball team. They've got away. They're a dangerous club. They had a really good backcourt. Their bigs are playing well. They're playing together. They're unified. They're 8 deep. That's it, 8, and they go play, and they play hard. I like what they're doing. I think they'll be 8-0. I really do. I think they'll win their next 3. And then we'll really see what they can do against Mississippi State on the road, Auburn at home, and, of course, the always litmus test at Kentucky.
Yeah, so that's coming up, but they are gaining some confidence right now.
No doubt.
Confidence is a very dangerous thing, but I like Will Wade not being pleased with that win tonight. He's got to keep the players' attention, and I think he accomplished that.
But there's a groundswell with the fan base, and that's always important. That's a tough place to win when you're a road team, when the fans are engaged, and they are right now.
And don't forget, we thank Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. Check them out, all this recruiting stuff coming up with just a couple of weeks to go. Jordy Helper, Tommy Krysan from Scoreboard.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks.
Here on Coursey Boulevard, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans. Talk to you again soon.
desire in your eyes, but you can't keep it in your heart.